So our final group, you know, I always consider is adults they're relatively healthy. They may have okay controlled pose, maybe 15 seconds, which is not ideal, of course. The objective is to reach 40 seconds. But for instance, if there's no existing health concerns there, I always, you know, I work with the adults. If there's nasal congestion, we do the nose and blocking exercise. But the key exercise for adults is actually doing the reduced breathing. So hands on chest and tummy, or hands over the face, you know, to cup the hands to help bring down the breathing volume down towards normal levels. You know, some adults will be doing physical exercise, great. We get them to incorporate the breathing exercises into their physical exercise, because ultimately I'm not teaching a method. I'm not teaching something like yoga that's taught, you know, when you're in the studio, but outside of it you forget about it. No, I'm teaching that if we breathe intensely, if we breathe with our mouth open, and if we breathe in excess of metabolic requirements, that's having a negative impact on our health and also having a negative impact on productivity. So what I teach is, I always say to the adults coming into me, I teach you how to breathe to help open up your blood vessels. I teach you how to breathe to help open up your airways. I teach you how to breathe to get more oxygen delivered to the cells. So you spend some time on your breathing, and as a result you get more oxygenation of the brain. You feel better, you're calmer, you've got more energy, you've got better productivity, better concentration. Whatever time you spend doing your breathing exercise, you'll more than get it back in your productivity. And of course, the feel-good factor, you'll be thinking less. Because when we have our attention on the breath, it slows down thought activity, structural changes take place in the brain, we're better able to handle stress. We're happier people. And really that's what it's all about, because the best way to tame an active mind, and the mind, you know, literally it's the one factor that determines our quality of life on earth. You could have all the money in the world, but if you're anxious and depressed, it's not all that much use to you. When we start taking back control over the mind, when we start learning how to effectively think, and when we learn how to tame and calm down mind activity, our quality of life improves. So for adults, this is something that, you know, it's worth taking into our way of life, and also debunk the whole theory about taking big breaths. I know it's endemic in many Western yoga, it's endemic in Pilates, many Pilates studios telling people to take big breaths. It's not based on physiological laws. With breathing, less is more, and authentic practitioners of breathing, they know when it comes down to breathing that the more gentle, calm, quiet and soft we bring breathing, the better it is for the individual. This is not a case of taking in as much oxygen and getting rid of the waste gas carbon dioxide. No, we need oxygen, but we also need carbon dioxide. And remember to breathe through the nose for the benefit of utilising nasal nitric oxide. So all in all, adults who are in relatively good health with no cardiovascular issues and, you know, no diabetes, etc. Practice any of the exercise and bring them into your way of life. And again, 1 hour is the minimum amount of time that we need to be doing it. So if you're out going for a walk, walk with your mouth closed. You could be doing some breath holds. If you're watching television, bring some relaxation into your body. You're sitting at your computer desk, you could be doing small breath holds. Bring it into your way of life, it'll change your way of life.